Now we're having such a good... Oh, we're live. We are live. Okay, let's get the chat open. If anyone is watching immediately, which I also highly doubt, thanks for watching. We are now live with episode 18 of the podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2018, the very first episode of 2018, which also happens to be episode 18. So...
You worked out perfectly.
I had something for this, but I really wasn't prepared because I forgot I was going to do it immediately. But I found this meme soundboard. I'm going to start using that all the time. It's going to be a lot of fun. But Dylan, Ben, how are we doing, guys? How was your New Year, your Christmas, and all that good stuff? The holidays?
After you, Dill.
Oh, okay.
Yes, first.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. My Christmas was kind of ruined, though. I was waiting the entire Christmas because if you didn't know, Christmas in Australia, or maybe everywhere, Christmas was on a Monday. And as always, the Banter Lab podcast happens on Monday. So I was waiting all Christmas. I didn't see any of my family, didn't open up any of my presents. I'm like, Mum, get out of my room. I'm waiting for the Banter Lab podcast. It never came. So you ruined my Christmas. But other than that, yeah, not too bad, actually. What about yours, Ben?
Yeah.
My God. I was going to say it was great. Now I feel just shit. Just in general about everything.
You should. You ruined my Christmas.
I can honestly say I've never ruined anyone's Christmas. That's probably a thing most people can say. Until now. But yeah, other than that, great. Classic Christmas with the family. Too much food. Food coma for the afternoon. That's about it.
Classic. I just spent Christmas enjoying being the Grinch, knowing that I was about to say Lockie because he's in the chat. Welcome, Lockie. But knowing that Dylan was waiting for our podcast and just knowing that he wasn't going to get it, that gave me immense joy. But no, my Christmas was also fantastic, as was my New Year's. Spent it in Bateman's Bay.
Sam, can I just interrupt you there? You hit 50 subscribers today, but you're going back down to 49 after those comments.
So
with every subscriber counts. And cheeky plug, if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe for Banter Lab for more quality podcasts. But yeah, no. So we went down to Bateman's Bay for New Year's with this stinky Ben and a bunch of other friends. Had a really good time down there. There's a vlog of one of our Bateman's Bay trips that we just put up as well. That was our first video of the year if you want to check that out. But no, it was all good times. And I had something else I was going to say for it. Now, having these few weeks off in holidays just put me in this weird haze. I'm not in podcast mode whatsoever. So
it's fair enough. It's been a whole year since you've done this podcast, man.
I haven't done a podcast since last.
I was waiting to use that.
Those jokes. They're still coming.
I think part of what's putting me in this. Yeah, I need to hook into it. Let's hope we can keep it weekly this year. Fingers crossed for that.
True.
But no, I think one huge thing that's put me in this massive haze is the heat at the moment. I hate that about Australian summer because our house, it doesn't have air conditioning and the insulation is horrible. So in the winter, it is freezing cold, so cold it's nearly impossible to heat. And then in summer, you just feel the heat like nothing else. So I'm sweating up a storm. So if I look soaking wet by the end of this episode, it's because I'm stinky and soaking wet, full of sweat.
Sam, buddy,
so
you've just got to kind of be grateful for what you've got. I'm in the same situation, but I just don't complain about it.
Yeah, you guys just got to be grateful. I have this really expensive air conditioning, and it makes my room too cold. I feel like I have to put on a jumper. So be appreciative, Sam. Stop whinging.
You ever thought of the other side? Think about someone else for a change.
Yeah, put yourself in my shoes. And also,
put yourself in my shoes.
For everyone listening, don't worry. It is very hot at Sam's house, so he may be sweating a bit, but he did put on deodorant before the podcast. He won't be able to smell a thing.
I need to put on deodorant.
I was sweating so much, I could smell myself quite badly. So, and I'm not one to normally get BO, but the last couple, I get it obviously, but I've never had it so bad I can smell myself. And then the last 2 days, I've been sweating so much because it's been so hot. Fucking hell, this man needs a bath. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it's probably true. You probably just don't shower enough. There's a simple answer to this.
Shower once or twice a day. So if you want me to jump in more, I think you're asking a fair bit of my time there. Pug, welcome to the chat. Thanks for watching, man.
How effective.
All right. How effective. Sam used deodorant. It's super effective. But Alrighty. But we should probably jump into our first topic, which, as always, is the guest topic. I don't think you can even really call you a guest at this point, Dylan. You're on our show far too often. You just keep begging me. But
it's like a stray dog that won't leave. You can't get rid.
That's right.
I get your letters in the mail every week.
By letting me come on for the first time, and now, I'm stuck here.
Yeah. It's a horrible curse. If anyone wants him, by all means, it's free to take. But alrighty. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what your topic is today?
Yeah, so I've recently got into a bit of reading. It wasn't a New Year's resolution. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do some more reading. And I picked up a pretty good book. It's called The 4-Hour Workweek. I don't know if you can see that. And it's really good. It's about basically time management, making more hours in the day to do things you want to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm up to about page 60 or something. And it basically says, here's how to make more time in your day. But to continue on, I got up to a chapter and it basically said you need to work out what you want to spend your time on. So what are some cool things you want to do in life? What are some cool countries you want to travel to? What are your life goals? What are your life dreams? And I realized I don't really know what I want to do with my life. I can't think of any stuff to do, and I can't go on to the next chapter until I've written down 5 things. So I need you guys to help me. What are some cool things that you want to do before you die? What do you want to do? What do you want to see? Where do you want to go? What's on your bucket list?
Look, if it's trying to get your life on track, I'm not the right one to ask. Got some years ahead of you and I still don't know what I want to do. Does anyone truly? I don't know. There's definitely some people out there that are 100% content with what they're doing, but one day.
Neither. I need help.
I feel like most people are going to approach that kind of thing like with either career goals or just like life goals outside of work. I feel like in some ways a few of mine kind of correlate. They cross over a little bit there. But on top of my list are 2 very specific things. One of them is definitely skydiving. I've always wanted to go skydiving. Ooh. I'm terrified of heights. It's a horrible idea. Like I feel like when I'm meant to jump out of the plane, I'll just be shitting myself. But once I'm out, I think I'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. I've always wanted to skydive. And then just below that is probably go to Rome. I've always really wanted to see Rome. Ben's done that, I'm pretty sure.
Have indeed.
But, I've always wanted to head there, see the Colosseum and all that stuff. I learned all about it in ancient history at school and stuff. I really want to sort of put the place to the books, what I've read about. So heading to Rome's up there. Lots of different travel spots and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to go traveling. I want to go to New Zealand. New Zealand's first on my list. I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff you can do in New Zealand. But that one about skydiving, I don't know why, Sam, but I'm like terrified of heights as well. And skydiving's on my list. I don't know why. It's just like a thing you have to do. You just have to prove to yourself that you can do it or something. I'm pretty sure I'd have fun doing it, but jumping out of the plane, I just know there's no way I can physically do that. And I've researched into this. Apparently, that like, how you can have someone on your back or whatever, like you don't want to do it by yourself in case you faint and then like you crash.
Oh shit, this is how I die. Yeah.
That's what had happened to me. But apparently you have to be the one to jump. You can't be like, all right, just push me out. You have to actually physically jump. They're not allowed to push you or jump for you. So you have to take that leap of faith there.
Gotta take the plunge.
Which I don't think I could do. Yeah.
You just gotta psych yourself up to it. Just gonna keep pumping up, just like okay, and you start landing, you're like, nope, landing, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, I'm going to fall.
It sounds
no matter how much
said than done, though.
Yeah, way easier said than done. Are you scared of heights, Ben?
Okay, so it's kind of a mixture. Certain things, like so yesterday we went to a thing called the Cascades, and there's like jumping in rocks. I was scared to jump off that initially because I hadn't done it before. I didn't know it was at the bottom, and like I didn't know if I was going to be safe landing. And so until like I found out and saw someone else jump there and it was safe, I was like kind of scared. So I think I'm more scared of the unknown of jumps than the actual heights themselves. So like most of the time I'm pretty good with heights. Like if I know the thing's safe and whatnot, like I'm pretty fine. But I think I could skydive fine. I think that would be a thing that obviously everyone's going to get up there and be like, wow, I'm fucking high up. This is insane.
A lot higher than you think.
Yeah. No, like even like looking down over a rock or a ledge, you're like, wow, I look so much higher up. This is ridiculous. But
have either of you ever dived off the 10-meter diving board at the pool?
Never dived. I've jumped.
Because I couldn't. Oh, you've jumped. I don't think I could even do that, to be honest. I'm here got skydiving on my list.
But I was terrified when I did that. I remember doing that. I was probably 12 or 13 years old at the pool, and my friend Josh was like, "Oh, you've got to do it." We did the 5-meter, which I was scared enough to do, and then he was like, "All right, let's do the 10-meter." I'll buy you lunch if you do it. I was like, well, I mean, free meal. Like, I'm not going to die doing it.
Dan will do anything for a free meal.
Yeah, that's right. So walking up the stairs, I didn't look down once. I was hanging on to like the rail, like going up every step, because I don't know, if I'm going up really steep steps and I know really high, I'm always really scared of like falling back. So yeah. Anyway, so I was hanging onto the rail, going up the stairs, and then once you're up there, you can't actually really see how high you are because the platform's pretty large. So I just ran up. You don't realize how high you are until you've jumped off it. I just jumped off, pin dropped in. But yeah.
Have you ever done like the Sydney Harbour Bridge, either of you?
No, I wouldn't mind doing. I'm going to write that down. Thank you for that suggestion.
That's a great experience. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. The only vertical I really got was where you are going up the vertical ladders and going up on a high, like in the when you're up high on a ladder, you always had that feeling, like you said, of falling back. But otherwise, it was amazing. Great experience. I think that's something you should try doing at some stage.
And you don't have to jump off anything, so you know.
Look, no jumping.
No jumping, unless you want to. Have either of you guys? Another thing that's on my list is, I think I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it's that thing. I think it might be called kite surfing, where you like have like a surfboard and then you're like strapped into this flying thing and you go on the waves without a boat. You know, do you know what that's called?
This flying machine.
Yeah, I think it's called kite surfing, but I'm not 100% sure.
There's kite surfing, which is where you're on a board and you actually have a kite that pulls you along.
Yes, but there's no boat or anything. It's just you, the board.
It's just on a board.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I reckon. I want to try that.
I can't surf to start with, so I think I'll give that one a miss.
You have to be able to surf. Shit. Well, maybe I need to do that first.
Yeah, because you can hold yourself up on the kite. So I don't think you need as much balance as you do for surfing.
Yeah, but like if you're going along and you don't know how to like ride a wave, you nose in, you're gone.
Yeah, that's
kite drag you under. It sounds dangerous now, actually.
No, I don't know. I mean, like a kite won't hit the like water and keep going down with the car. It's not going to be like.
I feel like I reckon it's somehow designed.
I hope not.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be somehow designed like a kayak. Like if you capsize, it'll just flip you back up. It's surely designed something like that because that'd be such a hazard otherwise. But
what would stop you from like flying into the beach, like just onto the sand? Like how do you steer it? There must be some way to steer it. Otherwise,
I think it's like a skateboard and leaning. And
okay.
Actually, I think a part of it also is probably like sailing. Like you know how if you're sailing, the wind's blowing one way, you turn the sail.
Yeah, that's it. When you fly a kite,
yeah. How do you stop?
Have you guys flied a kite? Like, have you flew a kite? Flied?
Oh, years ago, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like, go do that.
I'll fly a kite.
That's on my bucket list. Fly a kite.
Fly a kite. That actually would be very like relaxing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fly. Go fly your kite. Go fucking fly your kite. What are you waiting for? What are you doing here?
What are you waiting?
What am I doing on this podcast? I should be flying a kite right now.
Be flying kites.
Wasting your time. But no, another thing that I've always wanted to do is go to England and watch a few soccer games. Like, I've always wanted to watch Chelsea play because I'm a massive Chelsea fan. So I feel like that atmosphere, you probably wouldn't get anywhere else in sport, that exact atmosphere. And that's something I've always really wanted to be a part of. But I really can't. That's something I've never really thought about either. Like, I don't really know what else I want to do.
It's hard to think because in the book, it's like people work the 9 to 5 all their lives to save up money to do things, and they don't even know what they're working for or saving up money for. They don't really know what they want to do. And I'm like, shit, that is so true. That's me. I don't know what I want to do. So
yeah, that's right. Because I have done a bit of traveling, and that was like always going to be a huge one for me, doing traveling. And I did traveling through Europe, the UK, and Canada. What I really want to do is I want to go to Vietnam because during my lower primary school education, we learned a lot about Vietnam and Cambodia. So I think that area would be amazing. It's meant to be like beautiful, go to things like such as Angkor Wat and like just see, like I guess like how the Khmer Rouge really influenced that country in like not a great way, but how it was how it all unveiled, I guess. And then I also really want to do America, but I also want to save up and possibly one day move there.
To America?
Just, yeah, there's not much really going on that. It's just, don't know, maybe LA. LA sounds like a cool place.
It is cool.
I just kind of want to move somewhere. That's
if you're heaps rich, Anaheim. I've been to Anaheim. It is a nice little town.
Yeah?
But it's very expensive to live there, so.
That's in California. That's near LA, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like where Disneyland's in Anaheim, I think.
I think I'm better not do that. Cheaper the better.
Yeah.
6 hours to work, you got me. You have me hooked.
California is one of the most expensive states to live in the US. So good luck looking for something cheap, even in LA.
That's what I said. If you're rich,
yeah. No, so I want to do that. And I guess I want to kind of be working in a job that I don't wake up and feel like it is so much as a job. I want to try and get to that point where I go to work and not every day, because everyone's going to have days where you're like, oh, fuck this. I don't want to have my job always be a chore. They're kind of my life goals at the moment. Try moving somewhere, like doesn't have to be America, and find an occupation that's going to be fulfilling for me.
That's essentially my life goals as well, like doing something like this or like something in media, like something where, I know, right? Something where, it doesn't feel like you're going to work every day. And every job, no matter what you're doing, it's going to feel like work at some point. But I'd like to do something that I really would find fulfilling. I think one thing, it'll never happen, but something that I would really like to do one day is I'd really like to podcast with the guys over at Kind of Funny who do podcasts that I've listened to for nearly 10 years now. I'd like to do just like even one show with them, like I'd have them on or guest with them or something. That'd never happen, but that'd be something on my bucket list.
That's the
that
dream.
I'd really love to do. But yeah, that's right.
That's a good dream.
It is indeed. But let's see. Like the funny thing about this topic is we're talking about what we want to do, but none of us know what we want to do. We're at like the perfect age to get shit done. Like Ben and I, we're 21. Dill, you're 19.
19.
Yeah, 19. Like we're at that sort of young age where the next few years, the time to actually get all this shit done. But I feel like most people don't do it. It's probably good that you're on that book. Otherwise, I never would have thought about this kind of stuff. Like unless you would bring it up now, Dill.
You were saying that like in your early 20s, you don't have kids, you don't have all of these commitments that you do when you're a 40-year-old dad. So, get out and do it now.
Yeah.
But you just got to, I guess you got to think about what you actually want to do first. And that's the hard part.
Which is evidently so, yeah.
That's exactly right. Have you guys ever talked to anyone else about this kind of stuff? Like, have they ever had interesting bucket list things that they want to do?
I mean, yeah, I've talked about it before, but like interesting is always like interesting to this like the certain person. Like I haven't really had anything that's ridiculous out of the like ordinary. It's always like want to travel here, move here, just see this. They're like the classic ones. I think that's inherently what we want to do, just change our surroundings, and that's our idea of like a bucket list in a sense, I think.
I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to find out, Pug has said in the chat, who wants $10? So I want to find out how to get this $10, and I do want this $10.
What you need to do.
You know what you need to do. I'm not stripping, Pug. I'm sorry, but that's against the YouTube terms of.
I will not be performing the chicken dance, no sir.
Like, I don't want to strike on the channel, not just yet. We only just hit 50 subscribers. I'd like at least 2 more before I start selling out like that.
Well, Pug, it's not my channel, so I don't care if they get a strike. I'll take that $10.
Let's do this.
I need that right now, actually. My PlayStation Plus subscription just ran out, and I need $10 to renew it for the month. But
it's really good when we really want to get back into things. It's just our timing on this channel is insane.
It's perfect. It's like, oh, hey, we want to start recording some gameplay videos. Oh, your subscriptions are up. You need money.
Money makes the world go round.
It's like, and I'm trying to save because I'm going away for a trip to the Rooster Teeth Expo in February in Sydney, and that'll be awesome. So if anyone is listening who's going to that, definitely hit me up. I'd love to do a meetup or something like that. I believe a few people who I know listen to this. We know there is like a Kind of Funny fan greet thing going on that we're trying to plan. So yeah, hit me up. We'll try and meet you there. But we should probably move on to the second topic now, which is my topic, actually. So that's creators that you look up to and draw inspiration from. All of us here, we're all YouTubers. If you haven't seen Dylan's stuff, check him out at Dylan Swain on YouTube. But we have very distinct stuff with our channel and your channel going on, Dylan. So I'm sure we have different inspirations. I was kind of really curious as to what yours are and sort of what gives you the ideas for what you do.
Yeah, well, as you probably know, my content changes month to month. I can never figure out what content I actually want to make. So lately, I've been making more. Pugs just said in the chat, Logan Paul. Definitely not.
When we're hitting up that forest.
That's can't believe you thought that was an okay idea.
How he has 15 million subscribers, I'll never know. But I've lately been making kind of comedy product reviews. So reviewing really weird or shitty products in a comedic way. So I'd say some of my inspiration for that kind of stuff is, have you ever seen Lewis Spears? He's an Australian YouTuber from Melbourne. He's a comedian. He does kind of like call out style videos. So instead of product reviews, he like calls out people doing dodgy things. I think he's probably done a Logan Paul one before. and exposes people for the similar to iDubbbz and
I was
of
about
channels
to
like
say
that.
iDubbbz used to do
Content cops and
product
things.
reviews, and he does content cops. Like he does
Yeah.
both of those things. Yeah, there you go.
So iDubbbz as well. I think I wouldn't call iDubbbz so much as an inspiration. I think his videos are quite a different type of comedy to mine.
Oh yeah, they're a world apart.
But similar genre. So yeah, people like Lewis Spears, even sort of H3H3, where he reviews different channels and different things like that, but more applying it to products. I wouldn't mind doing sort of call out videos and stuff, but with that comes a bit of backlash. I know Pug in the comments, he's doing a series called The Weird Side of YouTube, where he reviews some pretty weird channels, and he's copped a bit of criticism from the channels he reviews. All their fans, come and hate on you. So I don't know if I'm ready for all this army to attack me yet. So I'm sticking to the product so far.
Publicity.
I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like if you're doing a review on a channel like that and the fan base come on to you, it probably shows that there's a lot of truth in what you're saying and that you've done a good video. You've pissed people off probably for the correct reasons. Especially with something like iDubbbz, he always has people coming after him because he's pointing out, because most of the people does his content cops on are super flawed. And so I don't know, I always enjoy seeing that kind of backlash to videos like that too. Just validates the reason for the video to exist. But
it's funny, actually. I've made a couple of reviews on Apple products, and they always seem to get a lot of Apple fanboys in the comments, hating on me, like, how dare I speak out against Apple. So yeah, you do get a bit of that.
Apple fans can be the worst too. I'm doing this on a Mac as I speak. I own their products. Some of them.
Oh yeah, I've got an iPhone 7 Plus right here, but I like talking shit about weird things about products, like their iPhone paddle pop.
Yeah, that was a great video as well. But no, there's always going to be backlash and stuff like that. But apart from ones that you're sort of doing their kind of videos but putting your own spin on it, are there other things that inspire you to do YouTube and stuff like that aren't so directly related? For example, do you look at how people might do a shot in a video, or a way that someone edits or something like that? That's not directly influencing the content you make, but how you make it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I could pick a particular example, but almost any video I watch, I'm like, damn, that was a cool edit they did there. How did they do that? Even when I'm watching movies these days, I'm like, well, that's a cool shot. That's interesting. And I find I almost can't enjoy the movie for what it is anymore. I'm always over-analyzing the shots and, the different things they're doing, because I'm studying an online filmmaking course and it teaches you to pick up on these different things. I wish I could just turn off that brain and go back to the one where I can actually enjoy the movie. But yeah, I definitely pull inspiration from a lot of different things like that. Even your channel recently, how you do the black and white cutaways in your gameplays, I'm like, that's cool. I want to do some of those sort of things. Anything I watch, I'm like, that's cool. I want to use this, not steal it, but I'm inspired by it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, It's funny you bring up the black cutaways, because that is something that was directly inspired by another channel that I kind of ripped off. But
there you go. On and on. Good ideas will get passed around.
I feel like it's not a bad thing to rip something off, as long as you're not directly doing your videos exactly how they do. I mean, how we do our videos, specifically our gameplays, they're the videos we put the most effort into. How we do those, we're taking elements that we like of all sorts of different channels and just throwing it all in there. People who do gameplay videos, people who do nothing to do with video games, all that kind of stuff. It's all
throw it all in the pot and mix it out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But it's funny that you mentioned you seeing how people edit and shots in movies and stuff, because once I did a subject about filmmaking and stuff like that when I was at uni as well. Once you have that brain, you can't switch it off. You're seeing shots and how edits are done, but I think it makes the movie more fun to watch. Definitely draw inspiration from movies and TV shows and how I edit things. But there are a few channels at the moment that are directly inspiring me. But sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to add on to that. I also found that when I'm watching a movie, before I...
Oh, no, he's gone.
Am I gone?
What? Oh, no, you're back.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say...
It might have just been me.
That when I'm watching a movie, before I studied any of this stuff, I just enjoy the movie. And I'd be a bit ignorant to the production process. But now that I watch a movie, I'm like, wow, that would have been so hard to do. And I appreciate how much effort would have went into it. Whereas someone just an average person would watch it and be like, yeah, that was all right. But I'm looking at it like, how many people, like they must have had a massive team to pull some of these shots off. I think you just appreciate it a lot more. And Pug said in the comments, try studying in visual effects, because he did a visual effects course, and then going and watching a Marvel movie. I can see where he's coming from there.
Like Disney movies at the moment, so like Star Wars, Marvel movies, all that stuff, they have the best special effects going at the moment. It's they all look unreal, and like knowing how, like a little bit, like I don't know much at all, but a little bit of how 3D animation works and visual effects, like that is unreal. That's a lot of work that goes into those movies.
Oh yeah.
But
I feel like the odd one out with this, because I've never done anything with like filmmaking courses or any visual effects courses. Like I've just like picked up with the editing, picked that up where I come from. It's just like whatever Sam's told me, I just worked out as I was going. And the only like shots and things that I've learned about.
Did anyone just see my mum come in the room there? Sorry about that.
How you doing? Everything okay?
Hey, Dill's mum.
Yeah.
Hello, Dylan's mum.
She's gone. She's live on YouTube now.
Like if she has an opinion on the matter, bring her in. And
no, she's in her pajamas. I don't think she wants to be live on YouTube right now.
Probably not ideal for her. But yeah, even though I haven't done these courses, I still feel like I like analyze them in a sense. Like I've got mates who do it. Like one's just graduated, finished his full course for like film production basically, and like he's gone through how like much effort goes into the visual effects for movies and like the whole production process. So like I can't obviously appreciate as much as you guys can, but I still how much effort goes into it. So I think I can still enjoy a movie for what it is, but maybe I should just not do any courses like that, so I don't ruin movies for me.
Yeah, don't enjoy your bliss right now.
That's it.
I don't know. I differ to Dylan there. I really enjoy having the critical mind and seeing how it's made. But yeah, I guess it depends person to person. I can tune off sometimes. But yeah, no, people who have always inspired me, especially at the moment, I feel like they're making the best content on the internet at the moment. Sugar Pine 7. And I don't know if you've heard of them, Dill, or watched them before.
I don't think so. I think you've recommended them in the past, but I haven't had a chance to look at their channel yet. No.
Yeah, so they're doing stuff that's really unique, I feel, especially to the YouTube platform, except they're always changing how they do it, and that always inspires me, and seeing how they evolve kind of makes me realize how a YouTube channel can evolve and do things completely different, but also the same. I don't know how they grow anyway, but essentially what they do is they call it alternative lifestyle vlogging, and it's like a TV show on YouTube. None of it is necessarily real. Like it's all written storylines, but it's all improv comedy skits that are done in a TV show format. So it's episodic, has arcing storylines. They do it seasonal as well. And it's just done so well. At the moment, they're really bumping up the cinematography and production values of it. And it looks unreal. That's actually where we got the freeze frames and like cutaways from that we're starting to put in our gameplay videos. That I started doing that because I liked how they did it. But yeah, I don't know. Like there are people like that I look up to, or Funhouse who do really good gameplay videos, and Kind of Funny who do really good podcasts. Like there are all these people who I always pay attention to and try and like steal little tidbits off them to make our content better. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything like that for you, Ben, that you watch? Like, yeah, we could do stuff like that. Like that makes me want to make more content.
Yeah, well, I guess same as you. Like Funhouse, they're one that I've been watching for a long time. They've always just been like the editors for them have been incredible throughout, regardless of who it's been. Especially the new ones, they had like a different flair to it, which is great. I think having like different editors adds a lot more to a channel because you get like different sides of how a video is going to be made. It's going to be a bit of variation, so some you're going to really like, and obviously you're not going to like all of them, but some are going to be like a lot better than others. And that comes down to like just your editing style and things of the sort, and depending on like what video you do. So yeah, like they're a big inspiration, but otherwise recently it's mainly been them because it's so close to our gaming. Sugar Pine 7 definitely is one that I enjoy, but theirs is like a lot more higher budget, a lot more effort goes into it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
like it's harder to draw too much inspiration from them because like they have like so many more resources in the thing. But I still love their content, and like some of the, like Sam said with the cutaways is like an easy way to like bring a different change in, and especially because we don't know of any channels that do it with gaming, and the way that we do it is not so much as to give us like insight, but more so to try and progress the story, like of like the gameplay that we've got. So yeah,
I think it works really well because with a lot of gaming videos, I don't know, it's not boring, but it's just sometimes it's not that interesting just watching someone play a game. But when you provide the cutaways like that, I think it makes it a lot more exciting.
Yeah, and the way I see it,
right.
like the other channel, like Sugar Pine, does it from Steve's point of view. He's the one who like runs the channel basically and does the voiceovers, whereas like ours are, like I said, to progress the story. So like if there's something that the people who are watching might not know that we know that's like an inside joke, we can elaborate on that to get more meaning to the scene.
That's right. I feel like it adds another flavor and another dimension to a video as well. Like, I feel like if you have too many lengths of gameplay and just a little bit of banter, it gets slow quickly. So it breaks it up, having a little bit of narration and stuff like that. And I haven't seen it done in any gameplay videos. I've only seen it done in, that kind of vlog style thing that Sugar Pine 7 is doing. So it's kind of a unique flavor that comes to our channel as well that I think sets us apart too. So, yeah. That's something that I really like about it. But we should probably move on to the next topic again now, unless anyone else has something to add.
Well, I'll just add one more channel. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Gary V or Gary Vaynerchuk.
No.
He has
I have.
Yep, Ben's heard of him. He has a podcast, a YouTube channel. He's basically an entrepreneur, businessman. So it's not really a content-specific channel like we've been talking about, but it's like full of motivation, inspiration, that any content creators, whether I make comedy, you make more gaming comedy videos, whatever you make. I don't know. I just listen to some of his podcasts and it makes you want to get out of bed and, make stuff. So I think that's a channel that inspires me not to make a specific type of content, but to just go out and actually make it.
Yeah. To be motivated to do something can be a huge thing. And the way that he speaks, I know for me is just like, wow, this person has it sorted. He knows like ways to keep you motivated, ways to actually make you feel engaged in your day. And it's just like small things like what you have for breakfast for a start. That's one thing he talks about. I know, and you might not think that that's huge influence on your day, on how you're going to be creative, but the way he explains it, like, it's insane. Just all these things that help you become motivated to do what you love.
If anyone listening hasn't is a content creator and hasn't heard of Gary V, definitely look him up. He's on YouTube. He's on essentially anything. Like, he has a big probably marketing team working for him. So he has Instagram, Facebook, he's on everything. And he's like pumps out content. He's like daily, multiple times a day. So you're going to get a lot of motivation from him.
Most motivated man ever. Dang it now.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check that out. That sounds really good. But so going into the third topic now, which is Ben's topic. What have you got for us today, Ben?
So this stemmed from a conversation that we had during our New Year's, and we were talking about basically YouTube and the evolution of YouTube. YouTube came out in 2005, I think it was. Anyway, regardless, when it came out, ever since it's come out, there has been different trends that have, I guess, set the pace for it. So, like, there was, like, the ASDF movies came out for a while. That was one that was a big trend that everyone loved. Then the Llamas with Hats that came out, and that was one that people loved. Then, look, honestly, I had so many, I can't think of one off the top of my head. But anyway, what are some trends that, from your time being engaged with YouTube, that you have loved, or any single videos that you've loved? And then, alternatively, what are some that you've hated? What are some that you've come up like, oh my god, why is this still a thing? I'm fucking over it. Give me something else. So I guess for me, as I said, one of my examples was Llamas with Hats. As a younger kid, that's kind of the age that I was at, and I loved him. Anything to do with Mr. Weeb as well, like the Narwhal song, all those just ridiculous things coming out at the time were trends that I loved, and I loved just watching.
Yeah, I really liked those when I was little as well. And then I remember when I was in like year 5 or something, Charlie the Unicorn was out. That was another big trend.
What was that? Has anyone seen that weird green guy who liked rusty spoons? I remember that guy as well.
Salad fingers.
Salad fingers.
Pretty sure that came out before YouTube, and then someone put it up on YouTube and it became viral. Yeah, I think there's some kind of story like that behind it. But I remember watching that in 3rd or 4th grade, something like that, like just when YouTube was fresh. I like rusty spoons. But
that's classic.
Awesome. I definitely have a standout favorite YouTube trend. It's just dumb as favorite just because I like the song, but Rick rolling back when that was a thing, man, I loved that so much. Not because I thought it was funny. I just always loved listening to the song. So like, and I don't know, it was probably 2009 when that became a trend. So I was in 7th grade, a very impressionable young kid, like I would fall for clickbait videos all the time. I was made for that shit. And like
Masked humor.
So Star Wars 7 was never going to be a thing. I'd be like, oh, Star Wars 7 trailer, awesome. Click on it, and then Rick Astley would come up, and I'd just listen to the song the whole way through. Every time. I love Rick Astley. And yeah.
Wait, did you listen to the whole thing? Favorite. You listened to the whole...
Every time without fail.
Oh,
that's impressive. Because I think after like the third time, you kind of get a bit dried out of that song.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Are you sure you liked the song, Sam, or you were just set on not getting trolled by them? That you're like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy this song, and you're not gonna get me. You didn't get me with this song because I like. If anything, I'll listen to the whole thing.
I will, Sam.
If anything, they trolled me more because of the amount of time I wasted listening to the song every time. But
you didn't feel that way though, so you weird.
Yeah, that's good.
The other one that has just sprung to mind for me too, that the other member that is often on the channel, Jake, can vouch for, is when they used to put dogs in hoodies, and they would then put like the human hands through the hoodie thing, so it looked like the dog was eating food. So like they just like pick up dog food from the plate and then feed the dog head that's here where the thing is, and then they'd like run their arms around. I don't know what
that is. Something you would love.
The funniest things that I have seen for a long time. That was just like bread and butter 2013. Put one of them up and I'm set. Rolling on the floor.
I've just thought of probably my favorite trend. And it wasn't really a trend. It was more one guy who made his own trend. And I'm not sure if you've heard of him. I think his name's John Sudano, or I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. But when what's that song out of Shrek that was really big?
Somebody wants to.
Yeah, that one. You know, that was like a meme for ages. That's died off now. But he would basically cover different songs, and he wasn't a great singer, but he'd cover different songs. But he'd take the song tune and sing that song to it. So it'd always be the somebody once told me, but to different song tunes. And I'd listen to every one of those. I loved them. I could not wait till I saw another one of those on my feed.
Yeah, no, I know exactly. He's like a bigger guy.
Yeah. He's always got that angle coming up onto his neck when his neck beard and everything. Yeah, it's just classic.
Yeah. It's really quiet. It's just like,
he really did start that whole. Not only he started that meme himself where he'd do different songs that way, he kicked off the huge meme of just the all-star song where everyone remixed it and did all sorts of strange jokes with it. That man, he definitely.
He's a hero. Really.
Gave the internet a spicy culture for that year. That Smash Mouth was a huge thing. It's still a huge thing. I still see memes about it sometimes. It's great, but man, that so many incarnations. It was fantastic. Pug just put an interesting note into the chat as well. This year so far, YouTube's trend is suicide, which isn't good. Thanks, Logan Paul. But yeah. I'm trying to think of trends that I really didn't like, and I think one of the ones that really sticks out for me is the Harlem Shake. That was just dumb. It didn't really make sense. Filthy Frank came up with it, who's an Australian. He didn't make the song, but he came up with the whole video part of it. And then I don't know why it just became such a thing. Like, I don't know if both of you remember. You might not have been at the school yet. Just for context, all of us went to the same high school.
Yeah, I remember. I definitely remember.
Our high school tried to do a Harlem Shake, and I was like, why? It's the dumbest thing ever. I don't know.
I was in it. I did it.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Why? Why did you do it? But why did they do it?
Because it was cool.
Was it though?
Man, it's
just a bunch of people in dumb outfits pop into a average strap song.
Oh, I hated the song.
But yeah, no. What else was there? Oh, the other one that was great was the Old Spice ads. When the Old Spice ads came, big fan of those. Look to man, now back to me, now back to man, now back to me.
That was also good.
I've got one. It wasn't so much a trend, but it was just like a meme, the shooting stars meme. I could get behind that. I enjoyed some of those. They were pretty good.
That was good. That's another song I like. Sometimes I wouldn't even be interested in the meme, but the meme would suck, but I'd watch the whole thing because I like the song. But
also watching memes for the song.
Another one, song related. always in the YouTube comments when there's a good song, someone would say, "What's this song?" and everyone would reply to "Rude Sandstorm." Those were the days. Those were the days.
Those were the days. Absolutely.
Up to Rude.
Although one thing that I've really liked about YouTube culture is, I guess you could say it's a trend. Lots of people tried to do it. Only 1 or 2 people did it really well. But it was when content cops started to come out and H3H3 started to pop into fame. iDubbbz was like getting to the peak of his fame. When people started pulling up like shitty people, it just started to get so interesting. All the like different roasts and stuff. And then you get other crappy channels coming out of that, like Drama Alert, who would just feed off that. But yeah, I don't know. I always loved seeing all those kind of videos and just like, iDubbbz and H3H3 especially were just so good at destroying bad people. Like, I loved all those kinds of videos.
You're bad people. Rip. Fuck. You guys have gone black. Are you there? Hello?
Yes. Yeah. Pug just put a YouTube link in the comments and I wanted to see what it was.
All good.
Check it out.
My screen just went
Derek.
I can try. Let me see if I can work out how to do that.
Anyway, well, I guess we've gone through some pretty good trends. There was another part of this that I want to go into, and like, cause it's been around so long, and there are definitely some heavyweights of YouTube. So what I'm going to do is look up the top 10 most subscribed YouTubers, and I want to hear your thoughts on them, because there's going to be a lot of controversy around that between like what they've done, and then also I guess what you think of them. And so I guess before I even look it up, I know number 1 is PewDiePie. And I know Sam has definitely got an idea on this, but do you know of PewDiePie at all or his content? Dylan?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Some people don't. I just got to check.
I'm not subscribed to him. I'm not really huge into gaming sort of stuff, but yeah, I don't mind him as a creator. I don't hate him or anything.
Does he even play games anymore?
No, I think he's moved away from that. Well, I don't follow him, but I know he does.
He does
some
stuff
these days.
I know he streams a lot.
Yeah, he like reacts to stuff and just does like random shit now. I think does whatever he wants, because when you're that big, you can do whatever you want.
That's true.
And I think he probably has one of the most loyal fan bases in the world. Probably one of the most annoying as well. But I can't deny their loyalty.
The bros. Hey, bro face me.
That's the bro army, man. Fucking. No, but
do that again.
Look, a lot of people give him shit, but honestly, I think that he has done amazingly well. He basically completely smashed the gaming genre, made like so many people, despite their age, they're on YouTube and they enjoyed it, and then progressed through, changed his content up until he got to a point where it was like, look, I'm just going to do whatever I want because people like me enough. And now he's hit another stage where I don't even think he cares what anyone thinks, and it doesn't matter because he's so big now.
He's absolutely at that stage, yeah.
You're looking at it, Ben. Do you have how many subscribers he has there? He
has at the moment 56.1 million subscribers.
Jesus, you can't. Anyone who has that many subscribers is doing something right. Like no matter you hate them.
I want to say something real quick.
Doing something right.
All right, PewDiePie. We just hit 50 subscribers today. We're coming for you. This is an official warning.
What are we fucking Logan Paul? Something in 6 months. Never done before.
You better watch out for Banter Lab. We're going to take that #1 spot in the coming days.
Oh, that's a big claim.
Yeah, man.
Only need like
someone make a hashtag. Get behind it.
A day. 15 million subscribers a day.
Yep. That's fine, right? We can.
That's Logan Paul's entire subscriber base in a day.
Right? Yeah, I mean, like, fair. Anyway, so we've got a bit of an idea from Sam doesn't like him, and Dylan indifferent. I don't mind him. I think he does well for what he is.
I don't dislike him. I don't particularly like his content. Well, a lot of times. I don't dislike him. I really don't like his content. But I haven't watched his content for the last couple of years. Apparently, it's changed a lot. I have no idea what he does now. But his old content, I just couldn't get behind. The way he built his fame was just fake reactions to horror games, which I don't know. That really annoyed me. But yeah, I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know what the guy's like as a guy. I just don't like his old content that I'd seen. Yeah.
It was funny for me. But anyway, moving on. This is one that I don't really know much about, haven't seen too much, is Ola Soy German. If you guys have heard
Yeah,
of
I
it at all.
think I think he's a German channel, so he only makes content in German, like the language. So we wouldn't be able to watch his stuff unless you know German, which I don't.
Yeah. No, I was just curious if anyone did like watch like dubbed ones or anything. But yeah, so he has 32 million and does like he also sells like books and has a brand and does campaigns and shit in the shop with Greenpeace. But I think he's basically just like I don't actually even know. I think it's just a general level like vloggy kind of like reaction challenge one, I guess. From the look of it,
He's done well for a channel that's just in like the German language.
Yeah.
Like PewDiePie English, like how many countries speak English? But Germany's the only one who speaks German, so he's doing bloody well for that.
Absolutely.
32 million, that's crazy.
Yeah, I guess then number 3 at 24.8 million is El Rubius. Oh my god. You guys know that one? Ring a bell at all?
Never even heard of that. What?
Never heard of them.
No.
No, so I think they're a Spanish what was that, sorry?
I was just thinking, like, what is the top 10 now? Like, I remember a couple of years ago, it's like, yeah, you could name everyone in the top 10. Now, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Number 3.
Probably should just check this and make sure it's up to date. Let's double check. Okay. There you go. Okay, so let me change number 2. And can anyone have a guess? It's music. Can you guess who it is?
Ooh.
Music.
Justin Bieber?
It is.
Really?
Justin Bieber Vivo is the second most subscribed to channel with 33 million subscribers.
Jeez.
That hurts. That hurts me. Wow. Holy shit.
I mean, his music's gotten better, but I don't know if it's deserved as like a YouTube channel. I don't know. I feel like a music creator that doesn't set out to do music for YouTube, should that be number 2 on YouTube?
To be fair, although I don't particularly like Justin Bieber's music, he did start on YouTube, so I'd give him that definitely over other artists who like Rihanna, who is just like a big singer who can get heaps of subscribers, not really a YouTuber, but he did start on YouTube back in the day.
That's it. Okay, so look, I'm going to go through the list here, and when we get to an actual channel that isn't music, we'll acknowledge that as number 2 from now on, I think. So number 1 is PewDiePie, but number 2 is Justin Bieber. Then Holosoy German, we'll say, is number 2 because he's actually a channel, right? And then after that is T-Series, which is a Bollywood music channel. That's number 4.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
And that's 31 million.
Think about how many people there are in India. Like, if you're making Indian content, you've got a big market to tap into there.
Yeah. And then, okay, so next, number 5 is YouTube Spotlight. That doesn't really count. I think that's just... I think you're automatically subscribed to that, aren't you, when you make a channel now?
Yeah, probably. That's cheating. What's the next one?
That's it. Then we go El Rubius, oh my god, which is the Spanish gaming channel. Obviously, I haven't watched any because it's in Spanish, but have heard of them guys, and apparently it's not bad. Mm-hmm. It's very...
it's a gaming channel.
Smoshish, from what I've heard.
Oh,
anyway, the next 3, at 7, 8, and 9... Taylor Swift, Rihanna, and Katy Perry Vivo.
Yeah, they don't count. They're not YouTubers.
No, that's ridiculous. Then the next is Windsors on Nunes, which is a Portuguese comedy channel. Never heard of them.
So there's a real trend here. It's either really big pop artists or channels in a different language other than English is essentially the top YouTubers these days.
Do you guys remember when you talk about the YouTube top 10 and it'll always be like, oh, it's Ray William Johnson, it's Smosh. It's like, what happened?
I don't know.
Do you remember the time when like 1 million subscribers was a lot?
Yeah,
like
that was a big thing.
Was heaps. And
now it's like
100,000 subscribers was heaps. Now it's like, oh, you have 100,000 subscribers, you're a no.
It is now. It's still big now.
Oh well, you'd be surprised how many people have that many subscribers. Like thousands of channels
there's
have over
so many
1,000 subscribers.
It's insane. Like because I watch other podcasts such as the Funhouse one, and they made a comment about how there's like 56,000 on a million or something, like some ridiculous amount of channels, which is crazy. Yeah. Anyway, we'll keep going with it. So at number 10 was the Windsor on Runes, which was the Portuguese one. Then it's Ed Sheeran, his own channel. Then it's Finet and Flu, Broadband TV, who like on the network of Broadband TV. It's a Spanish gaming channel. Never heard of it, but that's how it is. Oh shit! I've just got a message and it said I have to check the live chat. Can someone read out what it said? Oh no! Oh dear.
Nathan Storia, that Ben dude is a right wanker. That's an update from the chat.
That was just implied.
Nathan,
Yeah, thanks.
You're not
man.
wrong. We'll get you on the podcast someday.
No, we won't. No, I have anything to fucking do with it.
Can we just replace you with Nathan and then not acknowledge it?
That's not fair.
See if
Stop
anyone notices.
upgrading.
Nathan is in our New Backman's Bay vlog, by the way, wearing the same shirt as Ben. So if you want to
Lucrative,
know,
human.
just check that video out.
Can I just say I was a little bit confused for like a couple of seconds in there because you were wearing the same shirt and you do look pretty similar. I'm like, well, have they cloned Ben? They've done some cool effect here. What's going on here? Like
The old
especially the one.
Storia double shirt combo is
Yeah, there was a shot where you were panning along, and I think it must have started with one of you and then the other of you, and I thought, oh, you're just cloning Ben along the beach in this cool pan shot. This is cool.
I actually ran round behind the camera and then got in position. Yeah, that's just how it was, man.
No, that's what happens when
Nathan,
your cousins.
thank you.
I think
That's
you were
all-
looking
that's all I
away
wanna
as well,
say.
so I couldn't see your face. It was just the shirt on the back of your head. You looked the same.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was all
Pug
set up.
Pug has made an interesting fact, actually. Yeah, he's surprised that Big Shaq Vivo isn't number one. And to be honest, Pug, I'm with you there, buddy. I'm also surprised Big Shaq isn't number one.
We'll keep going with
if
it.
anything, I'm a little bit disappointed.
We'll keep going. We'll see if he's up there. Okay, so I'm going to rattle off some quick ones until we get to one that someone knows. If you hear one that you know. Sound like a plan? Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Banter
We're up to Ferdinand Flu with
Nope,
25 million. He is a Spanish gaming channel. Then there's Eminem Vibo.
Well, of course.
Then
Eminem, but
there's
he's not a really
Dude Perfect.
Dude
Anyone know
Perfect, yeah.
I know Dude
They do
Perfect,
like
yeah.
trick shot videos and stuff.
I
They're
remember when
pretty
that was
Ah.
small. But yeah.
They do
you
like
go.
crazy stuff. Like you look at it and you think that's got to be fake, but I don't think it is. They're just like pros.
And their production value is
just really
off the
good.
charts. But
Oh yeah, they're really good.
I can't believe I've never heard of them. Holy shit. Seems like something that would be my kind of thing.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Anyway, next we have Canal Conzilla, which is a
Never heard
Portuguese
of them.
channel for
Right.
music. Then there's Juega German, which is part of the Holosoy German channel, I think, which is a substitute
Right.
from the way of looking at that. Then there's the One Direction Vivo. And then at number 18 now, all the way down at 18 is Smosh.
Wow.
Smosh is 18.
Eighteen.
What a fall
Big
from grace.
name.
Well, they aren't
They were
what
number
they used
one
to
at
be at
one
all.
stage.
That is true. That is very true.
Well, half of Smosh left. Like Anthony left and does his own thing now.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, they're like a company almost.
Yeah,
they just
yeah,
have heaps of
that's like
random
a year
actors.
I knew
in
they
it.
had like Kitty Cat Gaming or them or something, I think, which was part of that at some stage. Was it? Oh no, it's some other one. But
They have
Oh,
I
no,
didn't know
no,
that
they ended
they
up doing Smosh Games and then hired a bunch of actors to do their skits,
Yes.
and Ian and Anthony were never in them. And then Anthony left, and then, I don't know, they just like slid downhill.
It became
But
like
yeah,
a company, not a channel anymore.
yeah, it lost its like personality in a sense, I think, from the sound of it then.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, there you go. So at 18, that's crazy. I haven't looked at this for a long time, this chart. And they have 22 million subscribers. The next is The Ellen Show. 22 million. Oh, yeah. And then at number 20, one that I love, personally am subscribed to and enjoy, is the Vanos Gaming channel.
They're
He is,
Australian, aren't they?
Canadian.
No.
Canadian.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and they do gaming content. I'm a big fan of them. Do like funny skits and things of the sort. Lots of GTA and other maps of the sort. Then 21 is WWE. You know,
My
as you
favourite
do, 20
YouTubers,
million subscribers to
WWE. And the Ellen Show. They're my two favorite YouTubers.
That's it. And then we've got I can never say this one. Nigahiga, I think it is. Nigahiga.
Nigga, he go. Yeah.
Yeah. And he did like just like funny videos and skits, like things like that, I believe.
I don't think I've ever watched one of his videos. I've never, yeah.
Wait,
He did,
who's
like-
Nigga Higa, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love his channel back
Yeah.
in the day. I'm not subscribed to it anymore. He's like for a younger demographic.
That's it.
Like I used to love Smosh, love his Nigga Higa, but you know, you outgrow those type of channels.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like the same was with someone called Sly Fox Hound, who Nathan actually in the channel introduced me to. He used to watch more of him than me. I used to watch Immortal HD, who was actually on Couch Up at the moment. And we'd watch through their channels together and watch either side. But I used to watch Sly Fox as well. But he's just a kid channel. Like you can't progress and grow up and keep watching all the same channels because they're just not the right demographics. have anyone like that, Sam?
Sorry, I was talking in the chat. I have no idea what you just said.
I'm not going to repeat it. It's fine. Moving on. So we got younger audience. Then we have Vegeta 777, which is a games channel from Mexico.
Is it the real Vegeta?
No, from Spain.
Is this
yes, it is.
Going, I hate you, Goku. What you have?
How-to videos from Yuya in Mexico. Then Spinnin' Records, Netherlands, which is music. Then Markiplier. I did not realize he was that high. 26 with 19 million. Yeah, he was on a fun-ass video as well. Does his own gaming content. He is not bad. I think him and like PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye have like a trio. They keep in touch.
Cool.
Yeah. Then number 27 is Ariana Grande Vivo. Then there's Bruno Mars, Shakira. Shakira is at 29.
Like, what actually is a Vivo? Like, is Vivo a company or like
very entertaining video output?
Is that actually what it stands for?
I wish. I have no idea, man. No idea. I think it's just a channel that like does rights to music.
Vivo
anyway,
stands for Video Evolution. Apparently, the core idea behind Vivo is to provide online ad-supported streaming service that offers a selection of music videos. There you go.
You've done it.
That's a Google for you.
Well, thank you for that.
Solved the Da Vinci Code.
I was about to do it.
I was wondering, actually, here's a bit of a side tangent, but could you know how some people, you can claim usernames and nobody else can have them? Can you see like an up-and-coming artist who you think is going to be huge and just take their name, put Vivo on the end of it, make that YouTube account and either steal it or sell it to them or something? Like, I feel like you could make a business model out of that.
I've actually read about that. A bunch of people have tried to do that, but then Vivo just buys the channel and then owns the rights.
Yeah, but buys it off you, so you sell it to Vivo?
Well, either they offer to buy it off you or they can sue you because the Vivo name is copywritten. So I'm pretty sure that's the deal there.
What if you legally change your last name to Vivo and just said, hey, that's just my last name. I'm not copywriting. It's just my name.
You're going to have to do this to Vivo.
If I changed my last name to like Coca-Cola, like, can you do that?
Hi,
I'm Mr. Google.
it's your name. What are you supposed to count out your own name? What world do we live in, really?
I just don't know. Fucking Vivo. What a dumb, ridiculous thing. Okay, anyway. All the way down at number 30 is Jenna Marbles. Can't stand her. Don't enjoy her content. I don't know. People are going to be like, why can't you? It's just because she goes up. I just don't like it.
Hey, Ben, have you lost your marbles?
Yes.
Is that the first actual female YouTuber in the top?
That is the first actual female YouTuber.
There you go. Not that the other females aren't female, just that they aren't YouTubers.
Nope. I know what you mean. I'm actually looking here and I can't see another one, which is a bit ridiculous.
So how many subscribers does she have for the top female YouTuber?
She has at the moment 17 million.
There you go.
Which is ridiculous.
I want to highlight right now.
I think we have a gender subscriber gap right there, ladies and gentlemen. Inequality. I think we need to change that. How dare females get less subscribers? It's 2018.
Real chat.
Pug and Nathan in chat are having a serious, like, they're becoming good friends. There's some true love going on in the chat at the moment.
CasualCast, where we bring people together.
Keep it up.
Also, can we name the
casting couch? The name of this to his guests.
Can we have the name of this episode called "Feminists? Are We One"?
I second that.
Instant million views.
Instant million views. That's it. Okay, so look, I'm gonna quickly rattle off the rest of these because this is like a lot more tedious than I thought it would be. Because fuck Vivo. Quick rattle off from 30 down to 50. All right, so we got Jenna Marbles, Philip Nito, Jacksepticeye, KSI, Dan TDM, Trap Nation, Skrillex, Louis Fonzie Vivo, FBE, Watch Mojo, Enchu Fetv, Adele Vivo, Logan Paul Vlogs, Vivo itself, David Guetta, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Selena Gomez Vivo, Maroon 5 Vivo, Get Movies, and Canalha.
Right. So that's the top 50 YouTubers.
Wow. I'm very surprised that KSI is someone who's up there and someone like Philip DeFranco isn't. I always thought KSI was kind of a niche, and then I remember when he was. I used to watch his videos when I was like 13 when he did FIFA stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would have thought Philip DeFranco would have been right up there somewhere.
Yep. There's a lot of channels that I just don't think were there.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Here's another interesting fact. PewDiePie at the moment has held the most subscribers for a combined total of 1,478 days.
Wow. What's that in years? 3, 6, 9. I can't do the math. Almost 4 years.
It's
Maybe?
4 to 5 years.
36, 9, 57 years.
59 years. 326 days a year.
There you go. Well, I feel like divided by 3 and you get about 7.2. Well, I feel like after all that quick maths that we've just done, that's probably a great point to wrap this thing up. We're just sitting on the hour mark now. So if you've been watching the live stream, but you might have missed some parts or feel like you want a really good quality audio only app or version that isn't compressed and doesn't sound like shit, check us out on iTunes or any podcast services. We're always up there each and every Wednesday as the CasualCast. Definitely give us a review as well. So if you feel like we're really great, give us a great iTunes review. If you feel like we're shit, just stop watching. I don't know. Maybe give us a bad review too. That's pretty honest. But yeah, definitely check us out there. And we do all kinds of gaming videos and stuff like that. So if you're into that kind of content, definitely give us a subscribe and check out the rest of our YouTube stuff. Always live streaming our podcast each and every Monday night. I've been Sam with Ben and Dill for Banter Lab. And until next time, au revoir.
Thanks, guys. See us.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.